Hi! I am going to do an update about my piercings and tattoos because I haven't done like a piercings and tattoos video yet. Actually, I'm just going to make this my piercings and tattoos video. And it has not been requested at all because I have about like 16 subscribers. So nobody's really requested anything from me yet, but I figured I'd do it anyway because I do have some piercings and tattoos, so I thought it might be interesting. And I don't have very many yet, so I'm not like heavily modified, but I'm planning on getting more, and I think this would be fun to like chronicle through time how many more I get and how things change and such. So I'm going to start with my piercings, and I'm going to do them oldest to newest. So my first piercing that I got when I was 13 years old was my first piercings on my earlobes, which I have since stretched out, and right now they're stretched to size 00, and it's taken me about 2.5 years, I believe, to get from the like 16 gauge that it was at when they pierced it to this 00. So I did it pretty gradually. The next piercing I got was the second hole on my ears, and I got that when I was, I believe, 15 or 16 years old, and that took a lot of convincing from my dad to let me get it. Yeah. And then my next piercing was the third hole on my ears, and I got that when I was, I was 18, because I got it done myself, so I was 18, I didn't need a signature for it. And my first 3 ear piercings I got at Claire's with the piercing gun, which I have since learned is a absolutely horrific way to get any piercing done, so I will no longer be going anywhere that uses piercing guns. And if you want to know about why piercing guns are bad, you can like look up videos or anything about that, because I'm not really going to go into that. But yeah, so I did get these pierced with guns. And the next piercing that I got, I actually did my Monroe myself. And I did it, and I had it for about a month or two, and I took it out, and then I pierced my nose myself, and I had that for about a month, and then I took that out, and didn't have anything for a while, and then I started to miss my Monroe, so I got a needle. It was sterilized and everything. And I know that self-piercing is a terrible idea, because not only do I have no idea about the nerve and vein networks underneath the skin, and I also don't know proper sanitation, and I also don't know the proper method of piercing, and I also didn't have a clamp, yada yada yada. I did use proper jewelry when I pierced it, and I did use a needle, and I tried to make it as sterile as possible, but it was in my bathroom, and it was not in a piercing studio. And if you're gonna just rant to me about how self-piercing is bad, no offense, but I don't particularly want to hear it, because it's done, and I mean, it turned out okay, and I'm probably not ever going to pierce myself again, because now one of my friends is a professional piercer, so I would probably go to her now before I do it myself. But at the time I did it myself, so and I know it's bad, but people are gonna pierce themselves anyway, so you can't really stop anyone from doing it. But yeah, my next piercing then was my Monroe, and right now I have a light green stud in it, and this bar actually is crooked because it fell out when I was eating and I chewed it up, but I got a new replacement one today. And my next piercing, which I just got on Monday of this week, is up here, and it is my cartilage. Right now I have a stud type thing in it, but I am going to get a hoop when it's healed, and it's red, and I did a sea salt soak earlier. It's probably crusty. It's sore. I've been rolling over in the night and sleeping on this side on accident, so then when I wake up it's sore. But I really like it. I've been wanting this piercing since I was 14 years old, and I finally got it done on Monday. And I did get this professionally done in his shop, so I didn't trust myself with cartilage piercing, so I got it done in his shop. But yeah, those are all my piercings, past and present. And tattoos, I have 2 stars, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna show you this. They're on my hips. Okay, this star I just got done on Monday along with my ear piercing. I got them both done at the same time, and I really like it. It's scabbing up, and okay, there it is. Here's another star, and this one is thicker. The lines are thicker, and the reason for that is that my first star, I got it done at a shop, a reputable shop. I asked many people where I should get it done, and I'm thinking that it was an apprentice that did it, because it was very, very painful, and it scabbed, and pieces of the ink flaked off, and it scarred me, so there were patches where it wasn't right, and he made it really thick when I didn't want it really thick, and the edges of the star, instead of being pointed, were rounded. And so when I went in and got this star on my right hip just on Monday, he saw this other star and was like, "My goodness, he scarred you up, didn't he?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so he fixed it for me for free. He added like ink in where the scarring was and added points to it. And according to him, the last tattoo artist had either used too long of a needle or used too much pressure and had broken down through all of my layers of skin, instead of like all 7 layers into, I think he said it was like the epidermis, which causes extreme pain, causes the ink to bleed, and causes scarring. So basically he didn't know what he was doing, and so I realized that they are not symmetrical, but the first artist screwed it up, and the second artist did his best to try to make it all right looking. And then because this one was so thick and bled out, he didn't want to have to make my new ones really thick and bled out just to make up for the fact that the first one was shit. So those are my tattoos and piercings. Goodbye.